Hey cuties, it's your girl Kai and I'm back with another video. Today I'm coming to y'all with another braid tutorial, and today it is for these mixed blonde box braids. Of course, they're super long as always, but these braids are really just a combination of 3 different braiding hair colors. I used the color 30, 27, and 613, and really I was just really unintentional with the way that I braided my hair and which colors I used, just so that I could get like a really random, you know, variation of colors in these braids. You can see some I have that are all brown, and then all honey blonde, a few that's all platinum, and then the rest are mixed in some way, form, or fashion. Before we get into this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, make sure you subscribe if you're not already, and make sure you turn on your post notifications so that you can see when your girl posts another video. Alright y'all, so here is the braiding hair I will be using. It is the brand Expressions hair. I will be using the colors 30, which is a dark brown kind of color, and then the color 27, which is honey blonde, and the color 613, which is this platinum color. I purchased 5 packs of 613 and only ended up using 3, only because these packets of hair were extremely long, so I ended up cutting them in half. I only used 2 of the color 30, and I also only used 3 of the color 27. So I ended up buying more hair than what was needed, as you can see. And also, as you can see, the night before I already went ahead and sectioned off my hair and braided it into each braid. I really suggest doing this because it just makes life a whole lot easier when you begin braiding, because you won't have to worry about parting, because that does take a lot of time. So go ahead and part your hair off into boxes before you braid. So here I am kind of measuring the braiding hair to my body, and as you can see, the regular length of the hair was just too long for me. If you're a taller girl, I'm only 5'1", so if you're a lot taller than me, you may be able to get away with the longer hair. So then I suggest buying as many packs as I got. But if you're around my height, then you're gonna need to cut this hair in half, or it's gonna be down to your knees. Of course, I will be using the Dark and Lovely Extra Hold Jam to slick down my roots and the ends of my hair, just to make sure things are slick and parts of my hair do not stick out of the braid. Here you see, like I said previously, I had to cut this hair in half. And after I cut it in half, I'm just going to start stretching the hair, which is where you just take pieces of the hair and rearrange them so that you can thin out your ends, because if you have blunt ends, your braid will not get smaller towards the end and it's most likely to unravel. The thinner your ends, the more likely your braid will stay intact, and also the more you thin your ends, the longer you can make the hair. So I'm just taking pieces of the hair, as you can see, and rearranging them so that I don't have blunt ends for my braiding hair. So for my first braid, I used a piece of 613 hair and a piece of 27 and mixed it together. You see I'm using jam on the root of my hair just so I can get a nice grip. I'm gonna try to explain this the best that I can, but I just wrap the braiding hair around my natural hair and twist it and just continue to braid down. And as I braid down, I add pieces of the braiding hair into the piece of my hair. And as I'm braiding, if I could see that my braid isn't going to be as long as I want it to be, I'll add more braiding hair to the ends so I can get that length. As you can see, I also stretch each piece of hair before braiding it, because sometimes when you try to stretch the whole bundle, you won't get your ends as thin as you need them to be. So working in smaller sections definitely does help. Also with these braids, your braids will not turn out exactly like mine, because I purposely did each braid different with different amounts of each color. Some braids I did more 613 or more of the color 27. It just really depends on how much color you want to use in your braid. So here is a close-up of how I insert more braiding hair if I feel like my braid is not going to be long enough. I really just insert the hair in between my index finger and my middle finger. It's the same technique I use for my knotless braids, and then you just continue to braid down. Alright y'all, so I already did majority of my head off camera because I wasn't about to record 10 hours worth of work. Yes, it's taking me 10 hours to do my hair, and I have 6 braids left. I'm gonna do these 6 braids on camera so that y'all can see me finish. But yeah, this is what we're looking like. There's really no method to it. It's just a bunch of mixed different colors. And always extra long. So, yeah. So unfortunately, my camera ends up turning off before I could finish. I guess my camera was as tired as I was. I spent 10 hours on these braids, no breaks, but they turned out pretty good. The only step that I'm missing in this that you won't get to see is me dipping my ends in boiling hot water. You must do that in order to seal your braids. It keeps them from unraveling and takes away the stiffness. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. Also turn on your post notifications so that you can see when your girl posts another video. Bye y'all.